Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you stick around. In today's video, I am bringing you, there's going to be kind of like an anti-MLM type of video, and then another one is we're kind of going to be talking about one of those Facebook ads. Well, they're both Facebook ads, but the one doesn't really have anything to do with anti-MLM. However, some of the claims that were being made in the video kind of remind me a little bit of certain things that I've covered on this channel. So of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. All right, so the first thing that we're going to be going over is the Beachboss Influencers. This is gonna be, I believe, the third time I cover them on my channel. But of course, they popped up on my Facebook feed, one of their ads. I have spoken about one of their other ads that I know a lot of people in the comment section were saying that they have seen that ad, and it was the one where they're walking towards the camera and it seems very cult-like, and it just made me really uncomfortable.
Thankfully, there's a better way. You can totally skyrocket your network marketing business online if you know how to do it the right way, and we'll show you how later in this video.
Unfortunately, most network marketers don't know how to grow an audience of raving fans who want to buy their product and join their team. But it's not your fault. You just never learned how.
That's why we've made it our mission to help network marketers all over the world leverage the internet to build the business of their dreams.
I don't know why, but it makes me so uncomfortable to see that they're all just like walking towards the camera. I don't know why, and maybe they're all very nice women. They might be very nice women. I don't know because I don't know them. But just the way that they're walking towards the camera, it makes me really uncomfortable. It makes me feel like it's like a bad dream where there's like a cult trying to get you and they're all like closing in on you. In addition to that, I did also go over their free influencer course or whatever it was. I can't remember. And I think that was either at the end of December or early January, something like that. But I will leave those videos linked in the description box below if you are interested in watching those videos. But I guess without further ado, let's get into this super cringy Facebook ad that they have. I'm sure they had a lot of fun with this and they thought that they were really doing something here, but yeah, it's all the cringe.
We're not letting you go until you tell us the secret. How is Beachboss Influencers helping all these struggling network marketers recruit 10 to 15 people into their businesses every single week?
Listen, we just taught them a very simple 3-step process. That's it.
Gotta be more than that. We know the numbers. Students you've trained to track the right people into their teams, they're rank advancing, they're earning incentives, and now being recognized as top earners in their companies. What's the secret sauce? Is it messaging strangers? Isn't it?
No, it's definitely not messaging strangers.
It's gotta be chasing family and friends then.
You're kidding, right? Definitely not.
Plastering their products all over social media then?
That's just gonna repel people. Seriously, we don't do any of that. We don't message strangers, we don't chase friends and family, and we definitely don't plaster products anywhere. It's literally a simple 3-step process that attracts the right people, builds no like and trust, and enrolls them into their team without being a salesy weirdo.
Carrie, you're holding out on us. It can't be that simple. Your students have rank advanced and become top earners. That's what we want. Remember, team.
Right there, there's a little bit more to the ad, but I wanted to stop it right there because they kind of prove the point of what some people within the anti-MLM movement have been saying, that it's mostly about recruiting, and that in order to make more in order to get more incentives, you have to rank advance, which is something that, yeah, a lot of us have talked about here within the movement. But right there, they prove the point that, oh, people are rank advancing and they're getting all of these incentives. Well, yeah, because there's more of an incentive for these MLM reps to recruit as opposed to just selling the product. Because if you look at a lot of their compensation plans, just a lot of the ones that I've looked into, I can't say every single one because I have not looked at every single MLM compensation plan. But with the ones that you look at, it's really easy to just see right there that you're going to make more bonuses and there's more of an incentive to recruit people as opposed to just selling the products, because you're going to be making bonuses off of your team and even other bonuses. Some companies might have even more bonuses, but right there, she's proving the point that it's about rank advancing. Their course right here, it's talking about rank advancing. I'm not saying that the entire course is about that, but right there, yes, it was. And they talk about how they have this 3-step process and that you don't have to be a salesy weirdo. They said this in the other one as well. And I think this is kind of their, not catchphrase, but it's just something that they say a lot. I've seen them say it in a lot of their ads of not to be a salesy weirdo. But what they're pretty much, the free course that I went over in that one, it was nothing new. It was nothing revolutionary. It was pretty much just them talking about attraction marketing. I would say it was mostly about attraction marketing. And it was certain things about being an influencer, which you are not an influencer if you're an MLM rep. A multi-level marketing rep or distributor is yes, they're an independent contractor, but at the end of the day, you're mostly a salesperson. That's what you are. You are a salesperson. And some of them might have an LLC or things of that nature, maybe for tax purposes and things like that. But it's, at the end of the day, you're a salesperson. And there's nothing wrong with being a salesperson. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's really what you are at the end of the day. You're not an influencer. And they talk a lot about influencer marketing. They kind of also weave it into at least the free course that I went over. I haven't taken any of their paid courses, nor am I willing to, because I don't want to give them more money, since they're pretty much giving, I would say that whenever I see these courses or these MLM gurus and they sell certain things, in my opinion, it's just giving other MLM reps hope that they're going to be able to do this too, which we know from statistics that that's not the case, that most people will not make it. And so that's why I don't really want to add anything to them being able to market this, even though it's really, one person isn't going to make that big of a difference. But I don't want to contribute to the nonsense that they're spewing, because any information that was in their free course, it's all free information you can also get online. You don't have to sign up for their email list. And they kept talking about, oh, if you want to learn more about this, take this course. So really that free course is just a way for them to market, hey, this is what you could get for free. But if you want to know more about the secrets to success, then purchase this course. So really, in my opinion, it wasn't out of the goodness of their heart. It was just a marketing tool for them to get people to sign up for their actual paid courses. Anyway, I have kind of gone off on a tangent, so let's continue.
Remember Tina? After learning from Beachboss, she went from working all day, every day in her business and getting nowhere to having systems that do the heavy lifting for her. That's created time freedom for her. Plus, she's now one of the top 10 income earners in her company. You're telling me that's just from using this 3-step formula?
Basically, yeah.
And this network marketer?
That's Jean-Francois.
Yes, that's Jean-Francois. He went from struggling network marketer, attracting no one, to a calendar full of appointments this week alone. From one post, he's already closed 5 people in 2 days. You're telling me that happened because of your formula too?
Yes, it's only 3 steps, and you can enroll as many people as you want. In fact, this is the same 3-step formula that I used to enroll over 2,000 people into my own team in just 90 days.
So I know that I kind of cut it off there, but on the screen it does say 2,000 people into my own team in just 90 days. So right there, this isn't about influencer marketing. This is about, how do I recruit people into my team? So please do not, just for these people, don't compare yourselves to actual other types of marketing structures, because influencer marketing and multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, all of that, it's all a different type of marketing. That's what it is. Just because something has the word marketing in it, it doesn't mean that it's all the same. There's a big difference between multi-level marketing and influencer marketing. So right here, they are proving the point that it is about recruiting. So obviously, this is for people who are in the MLM industry. This is not for influencers or anything like that, because if you're an influencer, you're not out there recruiting people into your team. You have influence, which is why brands partner with you and brands do sponsored posts with you, because you have influence. So they think that this is a great way to advertise because, 1, we're getting our name out there. 2, this person has influence and they can influence people to purchase the product. So I know that I said influence there a few times, and I may have sounded a little condescending, but it's because I don't like it when MLM reps or these MLM gurus use different terms in order to mask what they're actually selling. If you are within the multi-level marketing industry and it's so great, you swear by it, scream it from the rooftops. Why are you trying to put this different stamp on it? Why are you trying to put this different name on it where it's social selling, social marketing, or whatever it is? It's mind-blowing to me that they try to put all of these different names on it, but at the end of the day, it's multi-level marketing. If it's really that great, then scream it from the rooftops. Why are you hiding behind a different name? What is the purpose for that? Oh yeah, that's right, because MLM is a terrible business structure, and there is a stigma about it, and that's why the anti-MLM movement exists. But anyway, I'm so sorry. Let's get back to it.
And this simple 3-step process that can be downloaded for free is the secret to your success?
Yes, it walks you through each step and how it works.
How do we get our hands on it?
Just do what everybody else does and click the link under this video.
That link right there?
That link right there. Just click it, enter your email into the page, and it will be sent to you right away. Can I go now?
If this is downloaded and gives away your secrets, then we'll let you go.
Okay, great. Click the link and check it out, and I promise you're gonna love it.
So that ad was so cringy. It was so cringy. When I first saw that, I was just like, oh my gosh, like they really thought that they did something here. And I try really hard not to do the whole ad hominem attacks or anything like that, but this was just on another level, and I'm sorry, but I can't help but laugh at it. I don't know if they were trying to go for this as being something funny. If that's the case, then yes, this was hilarious and it was super cringy. However, let's go ahead and read the caption that was on this sponsored post, and it says, don't show this to your upline, especially if they're telling you to make a list of 100 people. That's actually something that, yeah, I had to do that within my MLM company. So I'm glad that they're kind of going over that and saying that that's not really the way to do it, because that's how we did it when I was within the MLM industry, and that was years ago. That was the last MLM that I was in. I left it in 2017. So while that might not seem like a long time, but within the marketing industry, yeah, there are certain tactics and everything that are used for years and years because they work. However, you can't just stick with the same exact type of tactics 100% forever, because people catch on to it. People catch on to how MLMs use the same scripts. Well, maybe not the same ones, because they do switch it up a little bit, but a lot of people at this point in time, they know when something doesn't feel right. They know when something is a little fishy. They know when something seems a little scammy, a little sketchy. And a lot of people can tell that something is an MLM company before the person even says anything further than, hey hon, I saw your profile and I think you'd be a great fit for this opportunity that I have. Can I tell you more about it? Because they use the same scripts over and over again. But anyway, then it says, or send spammy copy and paste messages to all your friends on social media about your ground floor opportunity or life-changing products. You know what? We spent years doing the exact same thing and got no results. Yeah, because most people, not everybody, because some people aren't, they haven't really educated themselves on the multi-level marketing industry. So, and that might not even be any fault of their own. They just don't know, because maybe they grew up with MLM companies. Maybe that has been part of their life. So they haven't seen the other side of things. They haven't really questioned it because it's just part of their life, or they just never thought to really look into it because maybe, oh yeah, I'm by purchasing these Mary Kay products, by purchasing these, I don't know, body products and Modere, insert other MLM names here, but oh, if I'm purchasing these products from my friend, then that means I'm supporting her and her dreams and her family and wanting to stay home with her kids or whatever the case may be, because they say very similar things. But some people, they just don't really know that the MLM industry and the structure is flawed. So anyway, then to continue on, what we got is a bunch of haters screaming, it's one of those things. Yeah, because whenever you use the same exact scripts or similar scripts, yeah, a lot of people are going to catch on to that eventually. Lucky enough, we realized what we did wrong and invented a whole new strategy. One that doesn't involve prospecting strangers with a hidden agenda or bugging our friends and family. Well, is it really without having a hidden agenda? Because a lot of times when people do the whole, and I'm not saying that they're doing it here, but when people do the whole, they try to build a relationship or a friendship with somebody and they have a hidden agenda, like they say here, an ulterior motive, that they're not actually becoming friends with these people because they want to be friends with them. It's because they want to be able to pitch them the MLM products or the opportunity. I just went over this in my last video, actually, talking about there was a rep that said, do this in order to get more people onto your team and make a list of people to eventually talk to them in the future, build a relationship with them. It's one of those things where it's like, do you really not have a hidden agenda? Because at the end of the day, an MLM rep is trying to pitch you the opportunity or the products. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, that's literally what they are supposed to do, is they're supposed to recruit people and they're supposed to sell the products, or at least within a legal multi-level marketing company. It's to mostly sell the products and then have recruiting, but most of the time we see that recruitment is being pushed because of the incentives. By the way, in case we are meeting for the first time, we are the Beachboss Influencers. We help network marketers like you break free from traditional salesy, spammy tactics and grow their teams and sales faster. Here's the truth. Online prospecting is weird, awkward, and a total waste of time. We used to do all of it until we discovered a much more effective way of building our businesses using social media. Plus, it works for everyone, even if you have no name, no team, and no experience. In fact, we've taught over 35,000 network marketers how to recruit faster and rank advanced, and you can too. I would like to know, I don't know if they have the data for this, but I would love for them to contact all 35,000 of those network marketers that they talked about. And I would like to know what percentage of those 35,000 people did you actually help to recruit faster and rank advance? And in addition to that, how many of those people are actually making money and have some kind of take home instead of having to pay most of it in taxes or expenses, that kind of a thing? And also, how many of those people are still within the industry? How many of those people have maybe dropped off of multi-level marketing? Because there are people that make it to the top and then they're like, you know what, this isn't for me. So I would love to know, out of those 35,000 people, how many of those people, what percentage of those people, actual percentage, not just an approximate. I would love to know how many of those people are actually successful. Anyway, if you don't want to spend the next year or two feeling deflated, spamming people day and night, and you want to grow an excited, passionate team faster than ever before so that you can live the dream life you pictured in your head, what did you think of when you read that? Picture it again. Then get instant access and download the social influence formula for free here. And then it has that. So I didn't look at that because I didn't have the time to go ahead and look at it. So I don't know if it's the same exact thing that I reviewed a few months ago. But if it is, again, I will leave that video linked in the description box below. But yeah, to me, this is nothing new. I've heard all of this stuff before. I'm sure a lot of you watching this have also heard a lot of this before. This next Facebook ad that I wanted to go over is not anything related to multi-level marketing. It's not one of these MLM gurus, not one of these free courses or anything of that nature. It's just an ad that I got, and I wanted to talk about it because I feel as though it kind of gives a little bit of false hope to people who are actually struggling with certain things that are being talked about within this ad. And it is for a supplement. Some of the things that are spoken about here, well, not really spoken about, but what pops up on the screen because it's a TikTok. So some of the things that the feeling that I get from this is very multi-level marketing. It's very, it gives me Amari vibes and maybe even Elamir vibes. It just kind of, the things that are being said, let's just get into it. Okay, so I know that it's really, really, really fast up on the screen. So I'm actually going to go over the text that was up on the screen in case you guys didn't catch it. So on the first page, whatever, on the first part of the video, let's just say that, it says, I thought Adderall was the only product to help with focus. Then it says life before Elevate, and it says brain fog, short attention span, lazy, my life after Elevate, energized, better focus, less stressed, clear-headed. And then it just kind of finishes. Oh, also, I had to change the music because it's copyrighted music, so just FYI. But that kind of reminds me of certain MLM companies and what certain MLM companies say, because they like to do this type of marketing. And it's just, to me, and this isn't the first ad, because as soon as I saw this one and I actually clicked on it and watched it and then screen recorded it, I got a bunch of other ads that are pretty much saying the exact same thing, but it's for a different company. So it just seems kind of, I don't even know how to explain it, but I don't like when people prey on other people's vulnerabilities, especially if they are talking about something like this. So this person's talking about how, oh, I thought that Adderall was the only thing that I could use. And I'm assuming that that is prescription from her doctor. I'm sure her doctor knows that Adderall is what she needs and things of that nature. But for some people, they might not want to take prescription drugs, and they might want to go more of a holistic or natural way, or whatever the case may be. So they might see this kind of an ad and think, oh, I can just stop taking my medicine and I can go ahead and do this instead, this supplement. Which in my eyes, I hate that, because perfect example, I'm going to go over it in a second. I just have to pull it up. But there was a comment on this post that I screenshotted. Even though it's a public post, I'm going to blur out the names just because I don't think that these people commented on it expecting that they're going to be in a video. But anyway, so this person commented on this very same post, and it says, this is the medicine. They tagged somebody else and they said, this is the medicine I looked up, and yeah, here it is advertised on Facebook this morning. So crazy. And now that I see the reviews and the costs, why not? All that will happen is we will lose a little money, or it could really work. I'm really hoping on high hopes though, because the reviews are really great. Whether this is an actual person saying this or someone who maybe through the company, I'm going to assume it's just a public person, or just like a regular everyday person. It's not like how would you say it? It's not like a plant. I guess you could say like someone was planted into the comment section. But just the fact that they said, this is the medicine. This is not medicine. This is a supplement. It's not actual medicine. Unless if there's another definition for medicine. But when I think of medicine, I think of prescription drugs. I think of over-the-counter drugs. I don't think of supplements when I think of medicine. So this person, it could be that they maybe this was a last resort. Maybe they didn't want to take medication anymore, and they thought, you know what, I could try this. But for certain medications, if you're looking at this, not even necessarily if you're using Adderall, but if you're using other things and you kind of want to try this out, for certain medications, you can't just quit cold turkey. You have to be weaned off of them. I know that I've used myself as an example when talking about things like this, but if I ever want to get weaned, or if I ever want to stop taking my medication, I have to be weaned off of it. I can't just quit cold turkey. And that's the case for a lot of people. So some people might see this and think, oh, I can just stop my medication and take the supplement instead, which is why these types of things are so dangerous. And I don't know why this is still allowed on social media and why these types of ads are still allowed, but maybe I'm just looking too much into it. I don't know. Maybe I am. However, I did go ahead and look on the interwebs about this particular product. It's called the Avantera Elevate, or I don't really know how they pronounce it, but that's how I would pronounce it. And it is the 2023 update. This was February 17th, 2023. and they reviewed the product. I will leave this linked below because I'm sure that there's other articles out there, but I did find this one really interesting, and I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but I will leave it linked below in case you want to go ahead and read the entire thing. But let's just get into a few things that I wanted to go over. So it talks about the pros and cons of this product, and the pros are it contains some good ingredients, and then it says good dose of bacobamonier. I don't know how to say that, so I'm just gonna leave that up on the screen. I am not an expert by any means, so just take what I'm saying here with a grain of salt. But yeah, certain words, they're hard for me. I can't say them. But cons. Expensive for what it offers. Most doses are hidden in the proprietary blends. Not so positive user reviews. Here it talks about what is this product, the Avantera Elevate, and it says manufacturers claim that its formula is carefully designed with the help of doctors and nutritionists to help you improve gut health, energy, focus, and memory. So if you are looking for a way to think better, feel more energized, and be stress-free, Elevate might be a supplement you are looking for. And then it says, did Avantera succeed in putting together a supplement that can give you all the proclaimed benefits? We are here to help you find out. To make a verdict, we need to take a closer look at the most important part of any supplement, the ingredient list. And then they list it, and it said, when we look at the ingredient list, two things catch our eye. First, Elevate indeed contains a rich formula with many different ingredients. These include the one that I just tried to talk about. I'm going to leave all of these up on the screen, but lion's mane, bioperine, L-theanine, turmeric, CDP, choline, caffeine, and all of them are thoroughly researched and well known to be effective, so props to Avantera. However, the second thing we notice is that most of the ingredients are mixed into proprietary blends. This means that the individual doses of ingredients are unknown, and only the overall amount of the blend is established. This means we cannot know how effective individual ingredients are, and even if they are effective, we can only guess. So if you guys are new here, if you watch any of my old videos, you might see that I'm inside what looks to be a store, and there's like stuff behind us. So that was actually our CBD store. And we closed that down at the end of 2020 within the CBD industry, within that type of industry. And I'm not talking shit about CBD because I do think that it has its benefits and I do think that it works for some people, but I don't think that it works for everybody. I also think that there are some people where it's kind of like the placebo effect because an example I've used before is I would have some customers who would come in because we would offer samples. We would have disposable like little tincture type things. And so we would offer samples to people. And I would have people who would feel like an instant change. They would just swallow it and they would feel some kind of an instant change when they're taking a product that is not meant to give you this instant feeling of euphoria. And so I do think that for some people it was kind of the placebo effect. However, a lot of the times, this is why we created our own brand, and the only other brand that we carried in the store was a brand that we actually had when we first opened as well, and it was Koi, but we didn't really have too many Koi products because eventually we just expanded our own line. And our own line, we made sure that we knew all the ingredients. We did all the testing. We had all of the lab testing available to our customers and things of that nature. But yeah, proprietary blends, synthetic blends, that just wasn't our thing. So that's why when I'm glad that this article brings this up, because yes, they are right. When you have blends like that, you don't know the exact dosage of each ingredient. So just because it says that that's in there, you don't know how much of it is in there if it's mixed with some kind of a blend. The article goes way more in depth and it talks about user reviews. It talks about some of the ingredients and just certain things like that. But I will leave it linked below for you guys to go ahead and read because otherwise we would be here for a really long time. I have a piece of hair somewhere. But the conclusion of this article, it says, although at first glance it looks promising, Avantera Elevate fails to deliver its expectations. Most of the ingredients are hidden in the proprietary blends, which means you cannot be entirely sure how effective Elevate is. This further confirms mixed user reviews with a high percentage of unhappy customers. Not to mention, Avantera Elevate is expensive. With a little research, it's possible to find better options on the market at its price range. So there you have it. That is what I wanted to talk about in today's video. So thank you for watching. And I know that it wasn't really anti-MLM, but it kind of was, at least the first part of it. But I want to bring light to other things that are also being advertised and sponsored posts, things like that, because I do think it's important to talk about how other companies can possibly be also scamming people. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know this video is a little bit shorter than usual, or maybe it might be, I don't know, because I've been recording for a bit. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from my highway. Bye!